Last night, your brain built an entire world, familiar faces, impossible places, a story that somehow made perfect sense. Then you opened your eyes, and it vanished. First the face, then the place, then the entire story. Before your feet touched the floor, hours of dreaming had collapsed into 5 words. I know I dreamed something. So where did it go? Here is the strange part. Experiencing something is not the same as storing it. Every memory you can describe has to survive a chain. Your brain must experience it, encode it, keep it stable, and later retrieve it. A dream can feel completely real while it is happening, and still fail somewhere along that chain. It is like watching a movie without pressing record. The images are real enough to the viewer, but that does not mean a permanent copy exists. And during sleep, the recording conditions are unusual. You have probably heard that dreams happen during REM sleep, the stage marked by rapid eye movements and intense brain activity. That is only partly true. When researchers wake people during REM, vivid dream reports are common. Foundational experiments reported dream recall after roughly 3/4 of REM awakenings. But people also report dreamlike experiences after being awakened from non-REM sleep. Those experiences are often less vivid or less story-like, but they show that dreaming is not controlled by one simple on and off switch. The real mystery is not whether your sleeping brain creates experiences. It is whether the waking brain can collect them. Imagine 2 versions of you separated by a doorway. On one side is the sleeping brain, generating images, emotions, and strange connections. On the other is the waking brain, the version that can say, I was on a train with my childhood teacher and a talking dog. Awakening is the doorway between them. Dream researchers have found that the way and moment people awaken strongly influence what they can report. Experiences recalled immediately during the night may be forgotten by the same person in the morning. That means the dream did not necessarily disappear while it was happening. It may have failed during the handoff. One research model proposes that awakening gives the brain an opportunity to move the experience into a form that can later be recalled. No doorway, no reliable delivery. This may explain a surprising difference between people who frequently remember dreams and people who rarely do. Research has associated frequent dream recall with more awakenings during sleep, particularly awakenings from non-REM sleep. More awakenings may mean more opportunities for a fragile dream to cross into waking memory. But this does not mean frequent dream recall automatically proves better sleep. Conditions that fragment sleep can also produce awakenings. People also differ in attention, age, interest in dreams, and how quickly they are asked to report them. So perhaps people who remember many dreams are not always dreaming more. They may simply be catching more dreams at the doorway. Now return to the first minute after you wake up. Your alarm is making noise. Light enters the room. You remember the time. You think about work. You read a notification. Each new thought demands attention. One explanation researchers have tested is interference. New waking information competes with the unstable dream memory. The dream has few anchors in the real world, while your alarm, bedroom, and schedule reconnect you to thousands of strong waking memories. The dream is not competing on equal terms. It is a whisper entering a room where everything else is shouting. But sometimes, one image refuses to disappear. A red ocean. A person with no face. A staircase leading into the sky. Emotionally intense, bizarre, or personally important material can be easier to retrieve because it gives memory something distinctive to hold onto. The ordinary transitions may disappear while the impossible image remains. That is why you can remember one frozen scene while losing the story that made it meaningful. It may not be the whole dream. It may be the final surviving fragment. You can test the fragile handoff idea tomorrow. When you wake, do not immediately reach for your phone. Stay still for a moment and ask, what was I just experiencing? Start with the final image or emotion, then reconstruct backward. Where were you before that? Who was there? What happened earlier? Write a few words before beginning the day. This does not guarantee recall, and it cannot prove why a particular dream was forgot. But it reduces delay and interference, the exact conditions that research suggests matter. You may discover that "I never dream" really meant "I never caught the dream in time." So why do dreams disappear after you wake? Science does not yet have one complete answer. But the evidence points toward a fragile memory problem. The sleeping brain creates an experience under unusual conditions. Awakening provides a brief chance to retrieve it. Attention and arousal help open the doorway. Then waking life arrives and begins competing for the moment. The dream felt like a world because, for a while, it was the only world your brain had. But a world can be experienced without becoming a memory. Tomorrow morning, when a dream begins dissolving, remember this. It may not be disappearing because it meant nothing. It may be disappearing because waking up gave you only seconds to save it.